crowd truly swelling now. 3 seconds now, 2. And with that, the UB Bulls are your 2022 MAC Soccer champions. That's the second time in program history to hold a raucous crowd at UB Stadium on their own home turf. The Bulls finished their MAC schedule undefeated and have earned themselves an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament. Far side shot on, but Zapata scores! They came out here today with something to prove. From some distance, Roser can't get there, they score!
As the 2023 Mid-American Conference soccer season begins to wind down, the postseason picture has already begun to take shape. Today, the 5-1-1 Bowling Green Falcons fly into Amherst, New York for their penultimate road game of the year, with hopes of taking their 7th win in the last 10 meetings with the hosts, the 3-2-2 Buffalo Bulls. Hello, folks. Jack Cruiser with you all afternoon from Amherst, New York. Welcome to UB Stadium. On Thursday, BG lost their first match of MAC play, falling at home to Kent State 2-0. That loss ended a 4-game winning streak as the Flashes were the first team this season to ground the Falcons since number 11 ranked Notre Dame back on September 10th. Bowling Green is currently tied for 3rd in the league with 11 goals scored in conference play, led by 2 standout forwards up top. The Falcons will need to limit their fouls today, though, as they commit the second most in Mid-American Conference play at 13.5 penalties a match. After dropping a burn-the-tape match, a 5-0 loss to Ball State last Sunday, Buffalo shook it off with a stellar 2-0 victory in DeKalb, Illinois, after the NIU Huskies fell to the Bulls 2-0 on Thursday. Katie Crone, who sits top 10 in the nation in scoring, notched her 12th goal on the year on a penalty kick less than 10 minutes in. That would stand to be the game winner as the Bulls added an insurance marker in the second half to help secure Rebecca Winslow's second shutout on the season. The Bulls still need to find their depth scoring to live up to the preseason hype, which included UB picked as favorites to repeat as MAC champions. For Bowling Green, forward Bryn Gardner has been a standout since MAC play began, scoring 3 of her team-leading 4 goals in conference play. The sophomore from White House, Ohio, has 2 game-winning goals this season, including the go-ahead tally in the 88th minute of a come-from-behind win versus Eastern Michigan just 1 week ago today. The Bulls are no doubt led by the aforementioned Katie Crone on the score sheet, but one senior in particular who has been making all of the correct runs off the ball as of late finally got rewarded on Thursday. Forward Ariana Zumpano notched just her 2nd goal of the campaign at NIU after weeks of being robbed by goalkeepers and the woodwork alike numerous times. Buffalo will turn to number 7, among others, to provide secondary scoring as their opponents defensively key in on shutting down Katie Crone. We get a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's match. First for the visitors, the Bowling Green Falcons. We mentioned Bryn Gardner, our player to watch. The sophomore Ellie Poole also with 4 goals in this campaign. The senior from Toledo, Ohio, a transfer from Toledo. And the starters for Buffalo, we mentioned Katie Crone. Certainly keep your eye out on her and Ariana Zumpano up top. Rebecca Winslow gets her 6th start this season in goal. We're set to get underway from the University at Buffalo and UB Stadium. Bowling Green 7-5-1 overall, 5-1-1 in league play. The Bulls 6-3-5, 3-2-2. Buffalo in the whites, Bowling Green, the all oranges. The Bulls over the last few years have loved playing at home. This season, not so much. 1-3-1 here at UB Stadium. Most recently falling to Ball State a week ago. 5-0 in one of the worst losses in the Sean Burke era. In his 10th year as head coach, he's rarely fallen by 5. One of the teams to beat the Bulls by 5 in recent years, Bowling Green, back in 2018. A 5-0 loss at home versus these Falcons was the most recent 5-0 loss that the Buffalo Bulls had suffered until a week ago. But as we just talked about just a few moments ago, Northern Illinois on the road. When the Bulls went to DeKalb on Thursday, 1 goal 10 minutes in on a PK generated by Katie Crone, and the offense gaining ground inside the 18 proved to be the game winner. Bulls forecheck earlier paying off as Zumpano tries to create space on the outside. She's met by the defense of Emily Gardner on the far side. That is the older sister of our player to watch, Bryn Gardner. Emily, number 3, Bryn, number 9, play on opposite ends. Bryn up top, Emily on the back line. While the sophomore Bryn Gardner leads the team in scoring this season with 4 goals, the senior defender, Emily Gardner, is a leader in the community. She was the 2022 Bowling Green Athletic Department's Community Service Individual Player of the Year. That goes to just 1 student athlete every year for her hours of work in the community. Here's Ariana Zumpano for Buffalo. With a feed up ahead, Crone steps to the middle, but a foul called before Katie could get the shot off. Buffalo has to take advantage of these fouls. We mentioned in the open, Bowling Green takes about 13.5 fouls a game. This one from about 25 yards out. Crucial for the Bulls to capitalize early. Kaylin Ritchie lines up first. Maya Galko behind her. Galko leaves it. Ritchie sends it up and over the goal. The diving effort of Lily Berg, the starting keeper. Didn't get anything on the ball, but luckily for her and the Falcons, it sailed over the upper 90 on the left side. Golden opportunity goes for naught for the Bulls in the early goings of this home match against Bowling Green, a team who has had the Bulls' number as of late. A tie last year, a draw of 0-0 at Bowling Green. It was just the first draw between these two teams in a long time. Olivia Bozzoni on the near side for the Bulls. The captain finds Sarah Woods, the sophomore from Newport High School in Lewiston, New York. Zumpano with a goal in the last game. To the near side, Woods shields away the defender. Turns to the goal line. Goal kick. Under coach Sean Burke, the Bulls are 4-7-1 against the Falcons in the last 10 years, meeting twice in the postseason. Bowling Green having the Bulls' number in both of those games. Most recently in 2019, when Bowling Green defeated Buffalo 2-1 in the MAC tournament. That was the last of 5 straight wins for Bowling Green from 2017 to 2019. UB won a pair, March 14th, 2020. The Bulls defeated Bowling Green 1-0, and then on the road in 2021, the Bulls won 1-0. Since then, a Bowling Green victory in November of 21. And then October of last year, that 0-0 draw. Bulls take advantage of the foul. Far side, Crone can't make anything of it. And it's cleared. Christy Franzen with the boot to evade pressure. Buffalo quick on the spot. Goal line, Crone can't hustle up to it. Defended well by the midfielder captain Katie Cox, the fifth year from Columbus, Ohio. Chased down the Bulls' leading goal scorer and the top goal scorer in the Mid-American Conference, Katie Crone. Just about 7 minutes into play from UB Stadium. Buffalo controlling most of play. This is the first time Maya Dean has touched the ball in offensive territory. She leaves it. Good step from Buffalo's freshman defender, Maya Galko. Zumpano with a lead. Buffalo through the neutral zone. Sarah Woods, well defended on the hustle back from Ellie Poole, the forward. Buffalo still with it. Sarah Woods into the 18 and cleared by Poole. Emily Lazenby shields off the attacker and kicks it out for the Bulls. Bryn Gardner, our player to watch, leaves it on the sideline for her teammate to come up and throw it. That being the senior Ellie Poole, who is from Toledo, Ohio, and transferred from Toledo University. Former Rocket throws it in. Ellie Simmons, the reigning MAC Defensive Player of the Year, gives it a big boot. Zumpano meets it. Buffalo moving well in the midfield so far today. That is a key, as the Bulls have had trouble to do that in some of their recent outings, especially last week on their back-to-back road trip at Eastern and Central Michigan. A through ball onto the far side. Sent towards the goal, but out of play for a goal kick. Good run on that far side for the Falcons midfielder Christy Franzen, the freshman from Worcester, Ohio. Interesting story here. She didn't play a match until September 28th against Akron. Got an assist in her first collegiate game in conference play. She has played every game since and earned her second start of her career today. You wonder what fourth-year head coach Jimmy Walker has seen from Christy Franzen. It's a lot of hustle and good runs that we just saw there. Sarah Woods elects to let it roll past the goal line for another goal kick from Lily Berg, who we will expect to see just for one half today. The goaltenders at Bowling Green rotate every half. We'll see Madison Vukas in the second. Each goaltender now starting 7 games, with Berg earning her 7th start today. Each splitting halves back and forth. Maya Galko sends it ahead, intercepted by Maya Dean, one of 3 midfield captains for Bowling Green. Up ahead for Bryn Gardner, player to watch. Lazenby, great defensive effort to force a throw and not allow the corner. Lazenby gives a dap to Maya Galko, the true freshman defender, who checks up on Gardner, who enters the box. Kaya Schultz comes back defensively. Clear inside. Simmons, check that. Lazenby stepped before Gardner could get a leg on it, on a good feed into the 18. Still no score. 10 minutes gone by from Buffalo. Leah Wengender. Too heavy of a touch. Maya Dean steals. Buffalo with a golden opportunity early on a free kick just 25 yards out, straightaway center. It was sent just high over the goal. But one heck of a shot. Kalen Ritchie with the lone shot of the game for Buffalo. Bryn Gardner with the lone shot for Bowling Green, both missing the target. Buffalo's Sarah Woods runs all over the midfield and eventually disrupts the pass looking for Emma Stransky, which Bizzoni picks off. Ritchie for Zumpano. Wengender to her left, feeds it to her. Change of fields to the near side. Bizzoni takes her space. Great defensive effort on the slide tackle from Emma Stransky to steal possession away for Bowling Green. Bizzoni, the captain, kicks it ahead towards the Buffalo goal, and here comes Emma Stransky. Taken down inside the 18, no call. Rebecca Winslow scoops it up for Buffalo. In goal as Ankur Singh, the head referee, put his arms out horizontally saying it was clean play. Buffalo, one of the fewest fouls per game called against them, just over 10 fouls a match, has that beat by just 4 teams in the conference. We mentioned at the top of the show, and as Buffalo had an early free kick chance, Bowling Green takes a lot, tied for second with Miami, trailing just Western Michigan. And that's who the Bulls have a week from today on the road in Kalamazoo, the Broncos. Great footwork from Bizzoni. Creates space, easy one-touch passing. Wengender. The pass just too far to the right of the retreating Ariana Zumpano. You see the whole Bowling Green team stretching out on the sideline, staying loose as it's rather chilly here in Western New York today. Just past 1 o'clock. We're expected to get some light rain. About 51 degrees is the high for mid-October in the Northeast. Field level, very little wind to feel, though that blocked by the stanchions on 3 sides and the Murchie Fieldhouse to the left. 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing from the Buffalo goal towards Bowling Green on the back of Olivia Bizzoni. Good one-touch pass from Zumpano. Buffalo playing the strong side of the field. Long shot from Ritchie, a bouncer handled by Lily Berg. The New Berlin, Wisconsin native, Lily Berg, in neon green in goal for the Falcons. Has not earned a shutout this season, though she has 19 in her career. As the senior this season has a 2-3-1 record in goal. Ellie Poole plays catch. And an offside call as the far side assistant referee Shane Green had the flag up. Buffalo's defensive line of Maya Galco, Emily Lazenby, and Ellie Simmons from top to bottom of your screen, as this is Galco. They're quite good at forcing offsides. Buffalo sits atop the conference on the flip side of that in taking offsides. They're caught 2.5 times a game jumping past the back line. Bowling Green, middle of the conference, just about 1.5 times. Already once so far, 15 minutes into play. No score from the University at Buffalo. The Bowling Green Falcons looking to make it a clean sweep of the weekend after the football team came in here last night and defeated the Buffalo Bulls in a hefty margin to earn their first win in Mid-American Conference play on this very field. For the Bulls, they hope that after last week's Sunday's loss to Ball State on this field, 5-0, combined with that loss the football team suffered yesterday, all the negative energy was aired out as the cold front moved in across Buffalo. A great feed on the far side. Bowling Green inside the 18. A feed to the middle. Goes off the leg of Maya Galco. As Bryn Gardner, our player to watch, tried to set up Ellie Poole in front. The two leading scores for Bowling Green could not connect, but a corner kick earned by the Falcons. Poole will send it in from the far corner. Lazenby gets ahead on it. Gardner tries to settle. Into the Buffalo bench. Off of a Buffalo Bull. Allows the back line of UB to stand at the 18 and force the Falcons out. Buffalo without their starting goaltender, Lexi Thompson, who went down with an injury in the MAC opener against Akron, which the Bulls won 2-0. It's the fourth win for Lexi Thompson in her true freshman season, but suffering a hand injury, she has not played since. Rebecca Winslow, the transfer from Monmouth University, has been the starter ever since. Good defensive effort for Kaya Schultz to steal the pass away at the top of the 18. Quick one-touch passing, and here come the Bulls. Katie Crone, the leading goal scorer in the Mid-American Conference, snuffed out by Taylor Green, the freshman from Plainfield, Illinois. Hasn't played the last two games due to injury after scoring a goal against Eastern Michigan. Taylor Green, born in Buffalo, New York, raised in Plainfield, Illinois, earns the start today, just her 9th on the season for the Bowling Green Falcons. Bodies collide. Zumpano with her counterpart Katie Cox, a captain for the Falcons. They're up. A send from Bozzoni, top of the 18, headed out. Sky high, headed backwards, and a foul on Buffalo Zumpano. No score from UB. 25 to go in the opening half. The Bulls looking to build off of a 2-0 victory on Thursday in DeKalb, Illinois. Meanwhile, the Bowling Green Falcons try to shake off a 2-0 loss at home against Kent State, their first conference loss this season. Lazenby with the step for the Bulls. That pass got through, may have been offside anyway. Once more, the senior who will be honored after today's game for Senior Day, Emily Lazenby, steps to intercept. Coach Sean Burke and company electing to push the Senior Day ceremonies from before the game to after. We will have it here on our stream, so we invite you to stick around for that. 5 seniors to be honored after the game. First substitution of the game coming for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Jaden Frigerio, subbing in for Bowling Green.
Jaden Frigerio, the junior from Commerce, Michigan, checks in for the Falcons as she replaces Christy Franzen in the midfield spot. Height difference there. Franzen at 5'7", Frigerio at 5'3". Both of those that check in for each other have just one assist this season. Ellie Poole, high kick. Headed by Lazenby, then Ritchie, and now Simmons off one bounce clears to center. Real stalemate here from UB Stadium. Buffalo had an early chance from about 25 yards out on a free kick that was taken by the junior midfielder Kaylin Ritchie. It missed the upper left 90 by about 5 feet. Ritchie with a great hustle effort at the midfield there to keep Buffalo with possession with 22 minutes remaining in the first half. The Bulls look very confident, moving well so far. A different story from their game a week ago against Ball State, which resulted in a 5-0 loss. That game just didn't feel right from the beginning for the Bulls, who, once they were down 2-0, never had a chance to come back. Feet up ahead, Zumpano. Buffalo with a chance through the middle. Ritchie just a step behind. The feed from Sarah Woods. A beautiful ball it was, just a step, just one measly step in front of the cutting Zumpano, who's got a goal and 2 assists in her last 2 games played. Had the game-tying goal at Central Michigan and got on the board last game at Northern Illinois. Sarah Woods with possession for Buffalo gets tackled by Katie Cox. Bright orange shoes for Katie Cox. You can see her from Columbus, Ohio, her hometown, on a clear day over Lake Erie from UB Stadium. Plenty of space for Kaylin Ritchie. Feeds it up the middle, nobody home. Schultz to Ritchie. And now Bozzoni. One-touch passing with Woods. Sarah can't get it back to Olivia Bozzoni. Woods keeps possession and turns away from Serwin. Woods throws it on goal. Save for Berg. The first shot on goal to Buffalo's Sarah Woods. Lily Berg came out to challenge it. Another look at that move from Sarah Woods. Just put it right at Berg. No problem for the senior. Stands at 5'8", right into her chest. Back and forth off the throw. Buffalo earns possession on a foul in offensive territory. Under 20 minutes remain in the first half. 2 shots for Buffalo, 1 for Bowling Green. The freshman Ellie Simmons, check that, sophomore now. She was a freshman a year ago that played every game and won Defensive Player of the Year. Looking to create some offense off the head of a Falcon and out of play. Corner for Buffalo. Taylor Green headed it backwards beyond her goal line. Buffalo's corner. They've kept it interesting on corners this season as Leah Wengender plays it close. The Bowling Green defense sends 2 to meet Maya Galko. She sends it in. Headed one time, backwards over the head of Kaylin Ritchie. After our player to watch, Bryn Gardner, got her head on it on the front lines. Boy, she can do it all, the sophomore from White House, Ohio. What a get for Jimmy Walker and his Bowling Green Falcons. The 2 Gardner sisters, Emily and Bryn, both with big defensive plays so far today. Another free kick for the Bulls. Ellie Simmons to take it on the far side. A 2-lady wall behind Zumpano. The defender Simmons sends it to the 18. Headed once by a Falcon. It pinballs off of Wengender and is cleared. Great defensive effort from Lexi Serwin, another midfield captain, to come back and head it away out of danger, but Buffalo maintains possession in offensive territory. Still looking for the game's first goal. Buffalo has 2 shots, just 1 shot on goal the whole match. Sarah Woods, after being knocked down, no call, pops back to her feet for Buffalo as the Falcons take possession for a moment. Bozzoni right back to attacking for Buffalo. Leaves for Schultz. Maya Galko. Bryn Gardner back to defend her. Ritchie with time. Now the defense collapses. Erin Schultz play catch. Kaya Schultz sends it to the defender, Lexi Serwin, wearing the face mask, Rip Hamilton style. Protecting the nose. She had to leave last Thursday's game with an injury 8 minutes in after going down in the game eventually lost by the Falcons to Kent State. Good to see that Lexi Serwin is out there. And she's had a heck of a first half defensively, playing on that back line. Listed as a midfielder today against Buffalo.
Bowling Green substitution, number 11,
Buffet.
She's challenged with shutting down Buffalo's Katie Crone and company. Still no subs for the Bulls. Now it looks like Sean Burke would like to make one. Eva Blatz heads to the table. Lacey Bethay checks in for the Falcons most recently. The senior at 5'1", wears number 11 up top. She's got the bright yellow shoes. Dodging Ellie Simmons at the 40-yard line. Maya Galko makes the run from the defensive spot, cuts back up, creates space, leaves it for Wengender. To the middle, Katie Crone. With a turnover and a clear for Poole. After Crone was challenged well by Katie Cox. That has been the key matchup that has denied Katie Crone many touches so far today. Cox not leaving Crone from 15 yards away. Now on Leah Wengender as Buffalo creates possession. Eva Blatz checks in for the Bulls.
Substitution, number 22, Eva Blatz.
Sarah Woods takes the long trot across the field. After being substituted out, Olivia Bozzoni waits to throw it in with just over 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Bowling Green just 1 shot, and it missed wide right from Bryn Gardner. That was with about 35 minutes remaining in the opening half. Buffalo had a great chance 4 minutes in from Kaylin Ritchie that went over top of the net on a free kick This pass too far ahead of the charging Crone from the far side. It was a great chance for the Bulls early on. If they would have taken the 1-0 lead, certainly would have changed the complexion of this game. Ashley Reyes off the sideline for the Bulls.
Substitution at number 12, Ashley Reyes.
Leah Wengender with a chat on the sideline after being substituted out with Coach Sean Burke, who has his 5th year standing to his left, relaying instructions. Leah Wengender on the preseason Hermann Trophy watch list hasn't necessarily lived up to that hype just yet. At least statistically, the points have not been there. 3 goals, 5 assists is good, don't get me wrong. But Katie Crone has stolen the spotlight from Leah Wengender undoubtedly this season, leading the conference in goal scoring. Shot from 25 out directly at Rebecca Winslow off the leg of Maya Dean, the captain from Bowling Green, with their first shot on goal. Katie Crone, 9th in the nation in goals this season with 12, the only sophomore in the top 20. Bizzoni with a big ball up top for Zumpano. She plays hacky sack with it once before getting run over by the freshman Taylor Green. 5'8", takes down 5'3", 7 days a week. Bizzoni. Defense collapses. Bizzoni keeps possession. Brilliant work from the captain midfielder. The Bulls change fields with 12 minutes remaining and under that in the first half of a 0-0 ball game. The header cleared off the dome of Ellie Poole. Lacey Bethay up ahead for Bowling Green. With the most recent chance from Dean. Gardner feeds it for Dean. Buffalo's defense with the captain Bizzoni evades the danger. The Bulls take their time gaining ground as their defense presses up, and the midfielders do the same. Katie Crone, most dangerous player in the conference, gets taken down from behind as she put a burst of speed on the defender challenging her. Another foul on the Falcons. Ellie Simmons steps up to take the free kick after Jaden Frigerio took down Katie Crone. Simmons sends it in. Crone has it off her head. Dean uses her forehead to find the shifty Lacey Bethay. Feeds it up for Bryn Gardner. One defender to beat. Gardner can't get past Galco. Off the freshman's leg. Still in play. Kaya Schultz gets it away from danger. What a defensive effort from the true freshman from Ottawa, Ontario, Maya Galco. Bowling Green not backing down. A clean tackle inside the 18 takes the ball off Katie Cox's leg. That was Eva Blatz who came in. Bowling Green putting on the pressure, though. Buffalo with the ball at their feet. Emily Lazenby has it deflected and stolen away. Bethay mishandles Buffalo throw, and the Bulls make one substitution as Bowling Green makes 2.
Substitution for Bowling Green, number 38, Christine Erdman, and number 31.
Another look at the play
Dana
from Maya
Searles.
Galco.
Substitution for UB, number 25, Moa Anderson.
One to beat. Top goal scorer for Bowling Green, stopped by the left leg of the freshman Maya Galco. Substitutions on the field. Moa Anderson, one of them. Kaylin Ritchie and the midfield have been moving extremely well today. One of the best games the midfield has had all season. Zumpano leaves it for Moa Anderson, who declines the shot and finds Eva Blatz. She sends it towards the goal, up and over. Off the football crossbar, a goal kick as some rain starts to drizzle at UB Stadium. Buffalo nearly found the twine for the first of the day. That's two chances from distance that Buffalo has sent high over the woodwork. One from Kaylin Ritchie early in the contest. I mean very early, 4 minutes in. And that one from Eva Blatz from well out. Two shots on goal for Bryn Gardner, or two shots rather, neither on goal. One missed to the right of the frame, the other most recently deflected by Maya Galko. Bowling Green and Buffalo each have had tremendous opportunities, but either defense has been equal to the task. Lexi Serwin beats the pressure of the Bulls midfielders. Bizzoni hustles back for Buffalo and beats off the bench Christy Erdman, who made the run down the sideline. A timeout on the field and a card to be assessed to the senior Lacey Bethay. She came in off the bench. Bethay at 5'1" has to be aggressive to gain ground in the Mid-American Conference. They're just a bit too aggressive. And a free kick for Buffalo from 40 yards away. From the goal line, Ellie Simmons lines up to take it. It's Bethay's first card on the season. Simmons sends it in. Lazenby heads it forward, and a foul. Is it inside the 18? Yes, it is. Lexi Serwin called for the penalty inside the 18, called by Ankur Singh. He has a conversation with B.J. Dunham, the assistant referee on the near side. With 6:14 to go, the clock is stopped at UB Stadium. The foul is overturned. Fans don't like it. The Bulls not happy. Coach Sean Burke not worried too much. He's not even talking to the official on the far side, instead having a conversation with Leah Wengender, who has been substituted out. 0-0 we stand with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Not sure what the ruling was there from Ankur Singh, as he saw something different than B.J. Dunham did, which eventually overruled Ankur Singh. Feed through to the 18. Rebecca Winslow gets a touch and rolls it ahead for Ellie Simmons. We invite you to stick around for the halftime show. We'll have a new Around the 18 segment premiering with the captain, Olivia Bizzoni. Some real good answers from Olivia Bizzoni.
Substitution for Bowling Green, number 24, Emmy Butaria.
Well, that's Emmy Butera for Bowling Green that checks in with under 5 minutes to go in the opening half, and some pressure from Bowling Green. Still a 0-0 ball game. Erdman feeds it down the line. Bozzoni takes care of that. Great step from Moa Anderson to intercept the throw and the clear from Bozzoni. Moa Anderson was the player of the match for the Bulls a few games ago, as deemed by her head coach Sean Burke for her effort off the ball in transition. Really dominated on 50-50 plays, as Maya Galko did there. Some light rain expected throughout this afternoon, and a dozen or so umbrellas are popped in the stands of a decent crowd who came to witness Sunday afternoon Mid-American Conference soccer. Choosing football over football this afternoon. The Buffalo Bills don't play till 8:30 this evening on Sunday night, so why not spend your afternoon at UB Stadium? Zumpano off the steal, foul beforehand. Mika Maroli off the bench, got a foul. Christine Erdman to the middle, sent through. Lazenby challenges that. Eva Blatz ahead. Zumpano wins the 50-50. Risky play. Lily Berg was directed to come out and play it, as Zumpano bared down on Emily Gardner, but the senior Gardner told her fellow classmate Lily Berg to come off her line and play it with her feet outside the 18. 2.5 to go in a scoreless first. Bozzoni wins a great battle on the near side. Olivia Bozzoni, the captain, feeds it to the middle, intercepted and sent down the field. Look out for the speedy Lacey Bethay. Emily Lazenby says, not this time, 11. Bethay has picked up a yellow card already in this match after coming in off the bench. Lakin Kaiser stands bouncing at the blue tent across midfield, ready to check in for Buffalo as the final 2 minutes tick away. Each team having glorious chances, but very few, as the defenses have really done a fine job of shutting down grade A+ opportunities, though Bryn Gardner had one from inside the 18 off the leg of a lunging Maya Galko. As now Lakin Kaiser gets her chance as Kaylin Ritchie comes out after playing all but 2 minutes of this first half. Last chance for either team in the final 75 seconds.
One minute remaining.
.40 to go. Buffalo with a last gasp effort to break the stalemate. Quick one-touch passing. Bozzoni didn't make the run. Nobody did. Off the foot of Lakin Kaiser and out of bounds. Bowling Green with a throw deep in their own territory. Buffalo had a great chance early on, 4 minutes in on a free kick
10,
from Kaylin Ritchie that sailed high and wide. Sarah Woods with a shot on goal, tested the keeper Lily Berg, who will presumably come out for half number 2, as Bowling Green has done all season. Rotate their goaltenders. We'll get a look at Madison Vukas in goal next half for Bowling Green. But for now, the first half has come to a close. 0-0 after 45 minutes from UB Stadium in Amherst, New York. Buffalo with great chances, Bowling Green with some as well. We'll get a look at first half stats, highlights, and so much more. A look around the Mid-American Conference and a conversation with Olivia Bozzoni for episode 3 of Around the 18, all debuting at halftime, but all coming after this break.
This year, UB Athletics has once again partnered with M&T Bank and Balanced Body Foods on the Game Changer collaboration to elevate female leadership throughout athletics. As part of this program, M&T Bank, Balanced Body Foods, and female coaches at UB will work to create leadership clinics for UB female student athletes, as well as aspiring female leaders in the Buffalo area. As a culmination of this transformational partnership, M&T Bank and Balanced Body will be a sponsor for Pack the House Night at a UB women's basketball game in February to bring further attention to women's sports at UB. UB Athletics would like to thank our Game Changer partners for their commitment to our UB women's soccer team. Please direct your attention down to the field as we recognize individuals who play an important role in elevating female athletics at UB. Suzanne D'Amico, Director of Development at Western New York Women's Foundation. Brittany Dury, Director of Crisis Center and Clubhouse Programs at Best Self Behavioral Health. And Catherine Momoser, Director of Intensive and Rehabilitation Services at Best Self Behavioral Health. Please give a round of applause to these amazing ladies who support our women's soccer team.
Olivia Bizzoni joins us next for Around the 18. Olivia, first question. Why do you play soccer?
Wow, that's a deep question to start with. I've just always played soccer my whole life. I feel like it's a thing my parents put me in when I was young, and when I was really young, I actually didn't even want to play, but it grew on me, and it's just kind of stuck ever since.
Okay. What's one thing that a first-time visitor has to do in Brampton, Ontario?
Oh, God. Wow, this is a tough question. In Brampton,
Never been there before. What's one thing I have to do?
there's a few cool parks around. Like, you know, there's a park not far from my house called Chinguacousy Park. There's some fun stuff to do there. I would say that's a cool place to go. Or go get some food. They have some really good Indian food spots in Brampton.
Ooh, Indian
Yeah.
food. All right. What's your favorite memory from the 2018 OPDL Charity Shield Championship?
Winning. Winning was my favorite part about that. We had a great time, and I loved that team that I was with at the time. Some of my best soccer memories.
Now you're pursuing your master's degree. Can you briefly explain what econometrics and quantitative economics means, if I even said that right?
You did. It's like statistics within economics and kind of being able to do that analysis of economic patterns and trends and like make inferences from that.
Are you using that at all on the pitch?
On the pitch? Maybe subconsciously. I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere.
Are you more of a cat person or dog person?
Definitely dog.
Definitely dog. If you could say one thing to a dog and have it understand you, what would you say?
Ooh.
Or maybe ask a question.
Wow. I would just say, how do you enjoy life? Like, dogs got the best life, in my opinion. Sleep, eat all day, and chill out. I would just say, like, how are you liking it? Like,
Being a captain, what's something you've learned about yourself in a position of leadership?
I would say I've surprised myself in terms of how resilient I could be. I think that when I first got named as captain, you know, obviously you have some questions as to like whether this role is like a little too big for yourself or, you know, whether you can handle it. And I think that I've pleasantly surprised myself in my ability to handle myself and lead the team.
If you were a ghost, what location would you haunt?
But I haunt. I think it'd be fun to haunt my current apartment where my roommates live and scare them a little bit.
What's something you would tell freshman year Olivia?
Wow. I would tell myself to trust the process. I would say, you know, it's not always easy. The course is not always going to be what you expect, but you'll make your way out and things will go your way.
Which 3 teammates would you want with you on a drive across the country?
Wow. I would enjoy having any of my teammates, but I would say Ashlyn would be a good person to have. She's very entertaining. Laura as well, for the same reason. And Mika, maybe. Mika's an interesting driver. I think that we would get wherever we gotta go pretty quickly. So Mika.
Interesting driver?
Yeah, interesting. That's what we'll say.
Okay. What's more fun to watch, the Summer or Winter Olympics?
I would say the Summer Olympics.
Why?
Even though I'm a Canadian, I don't know. I just prefer the summer sports as opposed to the winter sports.
What's your loftiest goal in life?
Wow, loftiest goal. My God.
One thing, maybe bucket list. What do you want to get done?
Just to be happy in general. I feel like that's like everyone's long-term lofty goal, just to be at peace with myself and to be as happy as possible.
Who is your idol, Olivia?
My idol. Wow. My parents, probably. I idolize my parents a lot. They've always done the absolute most for me and made sure that anything that I've ever wanted or dreamed of, like, is possible. So my parents.
If you could learn any language instantly, which would you choose?
My family's Italian, so I would say Italian so I can be able to talk to them.
Okay, last question for you. How long do you think you would last in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, I would die immediately. I'm like the worst person in those type of situations. Like, I would try and hide, first of all. I would not fight. And I would get found, for sure.
Is
for
there
sure.
a teammate you think could help you out?
Probably Mika again. Mika, shout out.
Shout out Mika. We'll shout out Olivia Bizzoni for another Around the 18. Back at UB Stadium in Amherst, New York, a 0-0 draw after one half of play at UB Stadium. University at Buffalo against Bowling Green State University. Really good opportunities for both teams throughout that first half. Right off the jump, Kalen Schultz with a great opportunity 4 minutes in for the Buffalo Bulls, just not able to put it on frame. A reason for such low shots in this one, as we'll get to first half stats and highlights in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at where these teams stand amongst the Mid-American Conference. Buffalo at 3-2-2 in conference play. Bowling Green at 5-1-1. That gives you a brief look, and the full conference standings you see now with Ball State having defeated Buffalo a week ago. They've got Bowling Green a week from now. That will be a big-time game at the top of the MAC standings. Buffalo didn't think we'd be saying this at this point of the season, fighting to keep themselves in a postseason spot. We're not talking about hosting the tournament anymore this season. It would take a lot for that to happen, let alone host a quarterfinal game. That's still a possibility for the Bulls, but they'll need to pick up a few wins here on out, especially a match Thursday against currently the 5th-seeded Toledo Rockets. That game here at Buffalo, a massive one on Thursday. A look at some of these teams and what they're doing today. Out of town scoreboard, Western Michigan currently second in the conference. They beat up on Eastern Michigan 2-0. Kent State falls to Northern Illinois. They're down 1-0. The Toledo Rockets up on Miami. Tie scores at Ball State and Central, both of those host sites. No leader there. Again, Buffalo hosts Toledo on Thursday before wrapping up their season in Kalamazoo at Western next Sunday, and then against Kent State for the final home match of the regular season next week, Thursday. That game, a reminder, at 3 p.m. next Thursday, so set your calendars and your clocks accordingly. The Mid-American Conference Players of the Week. The offensive player, Lexi Fraley, we saw her last week against the Bulls. She earns that Offensive Player of the Week nomination for the Cardinals. And from the Huskies, who fell to the Bulls 2-0, the co-defensive player of the week, number 1, Sadie McGill, and the other co-defensive player of the week, Brielle Young of Toledo, who again we get to see this coming Thursday here at the University at Buffalo. Let's get a look at the first half highlights between the Bulls and the Bowling Green Falcons, as Buffalo and Bowling Green are tied 0-0. This just 4 minutes in. Kaylin Ritchie from just about 25 yards out, just over the top of that upper left 90, as the diving Lily Berg could not make the play. Bowling Green, with plenty of time in between these two great chances, had a shot from Gardner on this feed, deflected out. Bowling Green with the corner kick on the far side. Headed out by Emily Lazenby. Gardner tried to settle, but Buffalo able to evade the danger. That the lone corner on the first half for Bowling Green. Buffalo moving their feet very well in the midfield, created a nice feed through there just in front of Katie Crone, who was cutting through the middle. Sarah Woods had this great chance from distance, 25 yards away, right on goal, knocked down brilliantly by Berg. And then Bowling Green on the flip side, just about 13 minutes left. Another long shot, equal to the task, was Rebecca Winslow for the Buffalo Bulls, the senior transfer from Monmouth, coming off a shutout victory on Thursday over Northern. Nearly had a great opportunity from Bryn Gardner, but Maya Galco, the true freshman defender, lunged that left leg out and stole the chance away from the leading goal scorer of the Falcons. The first half stats, very even, except for fouls. Bowling Green averages just under 14 fouls a game. They're on pace for that. Buffalo will need to capitalize on those chances, as we said at the top of the show. If they want to come away with the victory, the Bulls called just 3 times for fouls on them. All teams fighting for a spot in the postseason tournament that will lead us to the MAC Women's Soccer Championship. Hosted, of course, by the number 1 seed. If all things were said and done today, it would be, well, in Muncie, Indiana, everybody's favorite spot in Indiana. The Ball State Cardinals are currently number 1. I jest as they came into Buffalo a week ago and put a whooping on the Bulls, 5-0. That's looking to be where things are held, though it could be Western Michigan, as they're currently the 2 seed, and then BG. As we get another look at those standings, all fighting for that top seed. Don't count Kent State out either at 5-2, though they're going to need some help after falling to Bowling Green on Thursday. Again, Toledo, Buffalo, Thursday night, massive. And then once more, next Thursday, Kent State and Buffalo. These next 2 matches for the Bulls could determine whether or not they host a quarterfinal game as the 4 seed. If they are 5 through 8, I should say, they'll have to head on the road, where Buffalo has not won a postseason match under Sean Burke. Home field advantage crucial for the Bulls in the postseason, as determined by last year's MAC championship when they won here at UB Stadium and won their second MAC title under Coach Burke in the last 10 seasons. Just about set for the second half. We'll take another quick break and then bring the final 45 from Amherst here on the UB Bulls Sports Network. Bowling Green, the first touch of half number 2 from UB Stadium. A 0-0 score from Amherst, New York, Bowling Green, and Buffalo. Jack Cruiser with you all afternoon. Michael Loss is our producer. Our camera operator is Eric Carpy today. Digital content producer Tyler Bauer and executive producer Matt Walfriend. Here at the University at Buffalo, glad you could join us for Sunday matinee women's soccer in the Mid-American Conference. Buffalo and Bowling Green, with the Bulls at 3-2-2 in conference play. Bowling Green at 5-1-1. Bulls looking to win their first match against the Falcons since October 21st of 2021. 2 matches since then. 2 years ago in the conference tournament, it was a 1-0 Bowling Green victory. And then last year, a 0-0 draw. Quite frankly, we're on track for one of those 2 scores here. It feels like whoever scores first, as Buffalo looks to do, starting with their back line. Maya Galko with the feed from Ellie Simmons. chips it up ahead on the near side. Zumpano met by the defense of Emily Gardner, the senior from White House, Ohio. Looking to help out her younger sister, the sophomore Bryn Gardner, who is our player to watch at the top of the show. And for good reason, two of the best opportunities on the day were Bryn Gardner's. Great footwork from Katie Crone, the leading goal scorer in the Mid-American Conference. 12 goals this season. 4 multi-goal games, though, again, this one not looking like anybody's going to get more than one tally, if that. A draw would be a quote-unquote victory for the Bulls today. Becoming just the second team to draw with Bowling Green this season would do the Bulls well in the standings. Bulls looking to string together some victories here after taking down Northern Illinois on the road on Thursday. Penalty on Buffalo, their 4th of the match, gives a free kick to Bowling Green. Looking to capitalize is Katie Cox. She turns and feeds Maya Dean, who creates space, drops it back, chip ahead. Ellie Simmons heads it ahead. Maya Dean balances that out. Great interception on the far side from the captain, Olivia Bozzoni, gives Buffalo possession and an early throw. Shots 3-2 in favor of the Falcons. On goal, even at 1 apiece. A new goalkeeper in this second half, as expected. In neon green, it's Madison Vukas, the redshirt sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Stands at 5'8", same height as the first half starter Lily Berg, who did her job in stopping the one shot on goal from Sarah Woods that came from about 30 yards out. Eva Blatz had a really good opportunity from 30-35 away in that first half. A shot towards Winslow, knocked down. She gets bumped. Foul called as Winslow got run into. Lazenby not too happy with the disruption in front of the goal. We'll get another look at that in a moment as Winslow kicks it away for Galco, looking to turn defense to offense. A quick look at what went down inside on that give and go. And the long shot, Bryn Gardner over. There was the shot before. Winslow made the play and then just got absolutely pushed. Lazenby immediately. Where's the call, sir? Well, Ankur Singh was there for the call, the head referee. Zumpano looks to feed Crone. It gets deflected off a body. Bowling Green clears thanks to Taylor Green's effort. Freshman from Plainfield, Illinois. Started her 9th match here today. Green, a big added factor after missing the first 2 games of the season with an injury for Bowling Green. She's played every game since. Our player to watch, Bryn Gardner, 4 goals this year, tries to cross. Kaya Schultz. Check that. Kaylin Ritchie with the steal. Zumpano at midfield gets shoved down. Penalty on Bowling Green as Emily Gardner gets called for the foul. Decent crowd on hand. Some fellow UB athletes here as well, members of the UB volleyball team. Courtney Okwara, one of the best hitters in the nation at outside hitter, just moseyed her way to the concession stand out of halftime. She's in attendance along with some of her fellow volleyball players. They've got a match on Tuesday against Akron. I'll be on the call, that game on ESPN+. It's Speaking of a team looking to do some damage in the postseason, the Buffalo Bulls volleyball squad has been almost unbeatable so far this year. As the Bulls soccer team looks to turn into later in the season, Krohn's cross is blocked. Buffalo attacking. Their first opportunity to do so in the half. Krohn sends it in. Zumpano heads it up top. Schultz jumps and misses. Wengender retreats. Great hustle back from Christine Erdmann, I beg your pardon. And the throw to Bowling Green. Check that. Erdmann not there. It's 36, not 38. That's Emma Stransky. Regardless, the call is made for a Bowling Green throw on the near side by the assistant referee, B.J. Dunham. Zumpano, the run to the corner. Off the defender, Taylor Green. Throw for Buffalo. Both teams bundled up on the sideline as it's just about 51 degrees. The light rain has settled for now, though the fans came prepared with their umbrellas. Buffalo looking to pressure the keeper, who could be cold after sitting for the whole 45 in the first half, Madison Vukas. Haven't had a shot on goal yet this half. Coming up on 8 minutes played. Simmons on the free kick. The defender sends it towards the 18. Lazenby left it. Krohn got a piece of it, but an easy roller for Vukas to scoop up. The redshirt sophomore did not play last season as a redshirt freshman. Has a 5-2 record, 0 shutouts this season. Maya Galko with pressure in her own end finds the center back, Emily Lazenby, one of 5 seniors to be honored after the game. A reminder once more to stick around post-game. Here's Zumpano, feed to Krohn, deflected out, and a Bowling Green throw. A glimpse at what could be for Buffalo. That one-touch passing has been effective all game, as has this, a steal in the neutral zone. Kaya Schultz to the middle, intercepted. Krohn wins it back. Kaylin Ritchie has space to her left. Krohn makes the run, but late. Bulls look to change fields. Great pass up the middle from Wengender. Receives the return. Krohn atop the key, trying to feed Zumpano, who already moved towards the center. It went behind her and cleared by Bowling Green. The leading goal scorer for the Bulls, Katie Krohn, anticipated that run from her fellow forward Ariana Zumpano to be a bit later. Krohn's unselfishness doesn't get a Bulls shot on goal there. Eva Blatz ready to check in as the Bulls have one injured on the field near the 30. It's their captain, Olivia Bozzoni, getting looked at by athletic trainer John Ward. Eva Blatz came in the first half and had a great opportunity from 30 yards out at the midfield position. But this, a really tough loss if Olivia Bozzoni can't get up and on her feet. Gets a hand from John Ward and walks off herself. She didn't look too distressed when sitting back and getting her leg looked at. The captain for Buffalo reaches for her left leg. On the back of her left leg. Looks like something, the calf, as now she's getting stretched out on the sideline. Meanwhile, the Bulls, thanks to that foul, have a great opportunity 10th foul of Bowling Green taken on the day. Galco sends it to the 18. Simmons leaves it. Blatz scores!
Goal by UB, number 22.
Eva Blatz! The first goal for the freshman's career, but called offside. Negate the goal for Buffalo. The back line steps up. Another look at it. Blatz was behind the defender. Mackenzie Ortman, the captain, senior midfielder, was checking on Blatz, who had just come off the bench. She fell in the 18. Now, as we're back underway, an injury on the field for a Bowling Green Falcon. More cramping. My goodness, what a massive call in this game. Eva Blatz, her first collegiate goal, wiped off the board. We're back to 0-0. Can we get another look at the goal from Eva Blatz? The far side assistant referee Shane Green made the call on Kersing. The head referee agreed. Another look for the injury timeout. Blatz with a great finish. That's about the best celebration we've seen from the Bulls all season, but it doesn't count. Now the Bulls all gathered at midfield. This is the kind of player-led leadership that has been fostered by the head coach Sean Burke in his 10 seasons at the helm with the Bulls. Athletic trainer Luke Backbrader takes a look at the injured Bowling Green Falcon. Though again, much like Bizzoni, who just went down for Buffalo and checked out. Bowling Green's defender, Ellie Poole. Check that. This is a big-time injury for the Bulls. Ellie Poole tied for the lead in goals for Bowling Green. The transfer from Toledo walks off under her own power with Luke Backbrader, as the athletic trainer at Bowling Green. Helps tend to her, but this is a chance for Buffalo to take advantage with one of the top goal scorers who hasn't been too large of a factor offensively today, out of the game now. Ellie Poole at Toledo played 2 years at UT, 27 games started and played. Was a one-time All-MAC second-team honoree at Toledo. Left her hometown to play for the rival Bowling Green Falcons. What a story that is there. Has 4 goals this season, half of what she had in 2 seasons at Toledo. Back underway, Buffalo attacking. Zumpano down the sideline. Buffalo looking to get that goal that was just taken off the board back. Kaya Schultz makes the run, falls. It's chipped out. Falcon throw. Riley Clark throws it in. Buffalo's Blatz, who thought she scored already, steps up, neutralized the throw-in, but the long feed ahead was too far to the left of Bryn Gardner. Winslow comes well off her line to play. 3:30 to go in this beautiful game from Amherst, New York, 0-0.
What? You gotta be kidding! What the hell are you watching? Open your eyes!
Well, that's about the best commentary anyone could provide at this point in time. I might be a little more eloquent in saying it, but the sentiment is the same. Free kick for Bowling Green, as the fouls are certainly lopsided, with Buffalo having been called for less. A play into the 18, shot on Winslow, a huge save for the senior. The turnaround shot set on goal by Lizzie Boltnick, but Winslow, equal to the task, keeps us tied at 0-0. One more look. Off the free kick. Pinballed, and then Luknick slides and just got a piece of it. Winslow did the same. An incredible effort. That's the save of the year for Rebecca Winslow in her first season with Buffalo. Off the corner, headed down in the 6. It's sent out of play for a goal kick. My goodness, from what fans disagreed as a foul called against Buffalo on the opposing side of midfield resulted in the best opportunity on the day for Bowling Green from in tight. 0-0 we stand, despite a Buffalo goal being wiped off the board on an offside call. Ashley Reyes checks in for Eva Blatz, who thought she had scored her first collegiate goal. The light rain starting to pick up just a hair here at Amherst. Some umbrellas being popped. Katie Crone, matched by Katie Cox. The two Katies have been hip to hip most of this match. With the senior fifth year from Columbus, Katie Cox, tasked with shutting down the top goal scorer in the Mid-American Conference, Katie Crone, top 10 in the nation with 12 goals this year. Some dark gray clouds fly overhead as the wind picks up over 10 miles an hour, as does Bryn Gardner to the 18. Centered in front, loose ball, Winslow slides and covers. Katie Crone feeds Reyes on the sideline. Buffalo doesn't have numbers with Reyes. She stops and finds Katie Crone, top scorer in the conference, turns with the left. It's deflected away. Madison Vukas moving left to right, got her paws on it. To the corner, Buffalo goes. Tension rising in Amherst, the 3-2-2 Bulls. Thought they took the lead once already today. Called back on an offside off a free kick. The 5-1-1 Falcons defend the goal in front of the redshirt sophomore Vukas. Simmons sends it to the 18, punched up by Vukas. Galko misses the header. Feet ahead for the top scorer of the Falcons. Gardner gets taken down by Galko and a foul called on Buffalo. Maya Galko will receive a yellow card. If there's ever a foul and a card that Coach Sean Burke is okay with, it's from his defender allowing the rest of her teammates to hustle back to set up for this free kick. This is what nearly gave Bowling Green the lead a few minutes ago, if not for the big save from Winslow. Headed down, Gardner settles, leaves. Shot from up top is blocked. Galko chips it high. Wengender got a head on it. Sent behind the defense. Winslow off her line. After a shaky start for Rebecca Winslow a few weeks ago, she was not the starter at the beginning of the season. That was the true freshman Lexi Thompson, who played with a confident and moxie Buffalo was used to after graduating Emily Kelly, one of the best in program history, a season ago. Winslow came in to relieve the injured Thompson, who has not played since the first conference game against Akron with a hand injury. Since coming in, Winslow has earned just 2 victories, both in shutout fashion. 2-0 at home against Miami of Ohio, and then most recently Thursday.
Substitution for Bowling Green, number 24, Emi Butaria, and number 32, Ellie Poole.
It was a 2-0 victory at Northern Illinois on Thursday for Winslow and company. Sandwiched between those 2 games, 2 ties and a 5-0 loss against Ball State, that's where Winslow's confidence was shot and the team's confidence in her rattled as well. That a distant memory now, as the Bulls have the 3rd top team in the conference on the ropes. 0-0, 26:50 to go in the second half. Winslow has been spectacular. 3 saves today, 2 of which were from point-blank range. Long shot off the bounce, handled by Winslow. Make it 4 saves now for the transfer from Monmouth. Winslow was the starter at Monmouth for 2 seasons before getting replaced in her junior campaign out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Winslow transferred out of Monmouth after last season in 2022. The coaching staff brought in Cassie Coaster from Boquag, New York, and also Brooke McCowan, the freshman from Jackson, New Jersey, displaced by her own state. Rebecca Winslow transferred to Buffalo, where due to necessity, she's now the starter. She comes off her line. Everybody heading it in the 18. Bowling Green comes away with it. Gardner denied by Kaya Schultz off of Gardner goal kick. Incredible work from Kaya Schultz. Check it, Kaylin Ritchie, the junior from Massapequa, New York, who slid down and got it off of Bryn Gardner on the line. Goal kick Buffalo with under 25 to go. Gardner chips it ahead. Katie Cox makes the run to the middle, back door, out of bounds. Goal kick Buffalo. Gardner chips it ahead. Ellie Simmons, the defender, shields away. Offside, Bowling Green. That was Ellie Poole, who went down with an injury earlier in the match, back on the field. Perhaps the tightness in the leg, the reason she was a step behind on that through ball, but a step early past the Buffalo defensive line. A throw in for Bowling Green on the far side. Also off the sideline for Buffalo, Olivia Bozzoni, who also went down earlier with some leg cramping issues. A foul from behind against Bowling Green and another card. This one issued to Katie Cox. She argues her case to Ankur Singh, who has none of it. Cox settles back defensively as a midfielder, checking Kaylin Ritchie just past midfield. Emily Lazenby plays it up the middle to Kaya Schultz. Tied at 0, 22.5 remain.
Substitution for Bowling Green, number 36, Emma Stransky.
The freshman Stransky, well, she's familiar with yellow cards. She's got 4 this season. Perhaps her and Katie Cox will have a conversation the next chance they get. Simmons with a big kick blocked off the body of a Falcon. Here comes Poole, leaves it up top. Emmy Butera, who had it rock off her body, Justin Timberlake style. Ellie Simmons with a big boot went right off of the freshman who stands at 5'5", Emmy Butera. She had the opportunity but sent it wide after recovering after that long. Well, I would be in pain for a lot longer than she was. Soft touch on the turf for Bowling Green. Bryn Gardner, our player to watch for a reason, has been everywhere for the Falcons. She can't control it there, as Kaya Schultz does so for the Buffalo Bulls. Just 3 games remain for either team after this match today. Buffalo, as we mentioned before, has Toledo on Thursday before they travel to Kalamazoo and then back again next week. Take an eye on that final game, 3 p.m. Kent State comes to Buffalo. Currently slotted, it's Kent State at 4, Toledo at 5, Buffalo at 6. If the Bulls take care of business with a draw or victory today, and then do the same against those 2 teams, wins obviously crucial, with Western Michigan atop the standings. Meanwhile, here comes Zuppano. Strike everything about the future. Let's focus on the present. Leah Wengender feeds the far side. Cross to the middle. Ashley Reyes dove, but it went past her on the heading attempt. Emily Lazenby, first one to it for the Bulls, clears it between the legs of Ellie Poole. Buffalo's defense and midfield hustles back with Moa Anderson off the bench, coming to the ball to defend, and she gets an easy steal. That one was just practically played to her with Jana Searles, number 31 in orange, who lost possession. She checks Wengender, who plays Sarah Woods up the middle. Zumpano. Leah Wengender with plenty of space. Preseason Herman Trophy watch list, feeds it to the middle. Off her line, Madison Vukas falls forward to keep us tied at 0s. Madison Vukas sat in the 50-degree weather throughout the first 45 minutes and came in at halftime, as is custom for Bowling Green. They do it every game, splitting time between Lily Berg and Madison Vukas. The senior earned the start today, and the redshirt sophomore Vukas came in replacement at halftime. Though Vukas has been tested much more than Berg was, with one ball even sliding past her into the net. Eva Blatz off a free kick got behind the defender Emmy Butera wasn't able to keep her in check. Buffalo thought they had scored. Eva Blatz poked it in, but it was called back on an offside. Ankur Singh relays some instructions on a free kick for Bowling Green. This a massive moment. Rebecca Winslow has been incredible all day for Buffalo. Maya Dean sends it well above the goal. Off the football crossbar. Winslow knew it, as did everybody on the field. Maya Dean not able to get her first goal on the year. Zumpano out, Katie Crone in. Buffalo's top goal scorer and the leading scorer in the conference in the game with 18 minutes remaining and fresh legs. Buffalo loses possession, though. Feed through to Ellie Poole is wide of her. Buffalo's defense thought it was offside. Nonetheless, the Bulls get possession with their keeper, Rebecca Winslow. The confidence of Winslow and her defense wavered as a big hit is put on Katie Crone. Advantage Buffalo. Stolen right back by Bowling Green. No call. Player to watch, Bryn Gardner on the far side. Stops. Plays a big ball up ahead for Poole. It's broken up by Lazenby. Buffalo winning plenty of 50-50s today. They look like the Buffalo Bulls of a season ago. This is the system that Coach Burke has been building to implement, but the Bulls on the field finally playing up to the standard that they set, winning the MAC title a season ago. And they don't want to hear about last year, though, at this point in time. It's about fighting for a home game in the quarterfinal at this point in time, with 3 games after this to end the season. Reyes turns, feeds to Anderson. It's well in front of Moa Anderson. The Temple transfer couldn't get there in time. Cleared. And to the middle. Jana Searles up ahead, off the head of Simmons. It pinballs to the 18. Timeout on the field for an injury. Now Bryn Gardner rattled. So she's having a chuckle. You can't see it on your screen, but she's having a chuckle with Emmy Butera. The freshman Butera and the sophomore Bryn Gardner laugh about whatever just happened to number 9 in orange. The sophomore from White House was our player to watch entering this game, and for good reason. 2 shots, both not on goal, but she's taken out of the match at this point in time, though we can expect number 9 back in if this is nothing serious. That's happened to 2 players already today. Ellie Poole of Bowling Green and Olivia Bozzoni both went down in this second half, were looked at by their respective trainers, and came back into the field of play. This is the true freshman, Maya Galko. Chips it to the middle. Katie Crone, nice move to the left. Ashley Reyes, spin cycle, backs off the defender, right on goal. Madison Vukas. Big save for Vukas. She didn't have to move too much. Moa Anderson to Ashley Reyes. 35 away. Reyes chips to the far side. Bozzoni makes the run. Cleared for a corner. Boy, Bowling Green's freshman Emma Stransky is upset on the field. She was irate as she got run over by Olivia Bozzoni, who was merely trying to keep the ball in play to set up an opportunity in front of the goal. Off of Stransky, Buffalo gets a corner. This just the third corner kick on the day for Buffalo. They thought they had the lead before with an Eva Blatz tally. Wiped off for offside. Galko sends it in over the head of the keeper. Out of play. Madison Vukas jumped up, didn't even get it with her fingertip. The redshirt sophomore lucky that did not end up in the twine. Another look at that corner. Simmons was nearest to it. Lazenby was there. Looked like it just went clean out. Back to live action. Poole sends it to the middle. Bowling Green in the 18 as they quickly changed fields. Buffalo equal to the task on Bryn Gardner. Under 14 minutes to play from Buffalo. Kaylin Ritchie on the far side. The junior from Massapequa, New York, missed one game this season, a 0-0 draw against Canisius on the road. At the time, Buffalo faithful, the fans were not too pleased with that result, having drawed with what some consider the little brother in Western New York. But the Golden Griffs have proved to be a stellar team in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. They're 7-2-5 on the season and have lost just one in their conference play. That good news for Buffalo and looking back on the game. Here's a big run for Bowling Green. Send to the middle. Poole settles, blocked by Galko. Rebound opportunity towards the goal from Gardner. Misses wide right. Bryn Gardner, another shot. Not on target, though.
Substitutions for Bowling Green. Number 8, Katie Cox, and number 37, Audrey Oliver.
So Cox back in the game. She has been one of the few to defend Katie Crone brilliantly today. The leading scorer in the conference, yet to have a shot. Moa Anderson wins that header and played to a space. Leah Wengender hustled and bumped into a Falcon, but could not win the race herself. Ashley Reyes sticks out a leg. Off the head of Poole into Buffalo territory. Lazenby's there with plenty of time to turn around herself without using her keeper, Rebecca Winslow, who has been fantastic. An outstretched leg of Poole keeps it in play for the Falcons. Gardner feeds it to the far side. Butera tries to fend it in. Declined. Fancy footwork on the outside. Falcons look to break the draw, currently at 0-0. Out of play, Bowling Green throw in front of two Bulls looking to check in. Sarah Woods and Ariana Zumpano. The two forwards for the Bulls warm up as they watch the throw from Taylor Green into Buffalo territory. And a foul on the Bulls gives a great chance to the Falcons, 35 yards out. With just under 11 minutes to go, shots are 10-7 in favor of Bowling Green, 4 on goal apiece. All but two Falcons on the 18, aside from the free kick taker, Emmy Butera, the freshman from Willoughby Hills, Ohio. Butera sends it in, headed out by the Defensive Player of the Year last season, Ellie Simmons, and cleared by the Bulls. Katie Cox Plays it to the defense. Emily Gardner, high kick, handled by Schultz. Reyes chips it looking for Katie Crone. It deflects off of Emily Gardner, the elder Gardner. Nine and a half remaining from Amherst, New York. The Bulls and Falcons drew 0-0 a year ago. That was just the second draw all time between these two teams. And it snapped a 2-game winning streak for the Falcons. Check that, a 1-game streak. Here comes Maya Galko with space. The defender feeds the leading goal scorer Crone too far in front of her, cleared by Lexi Serwin.
UB substitution for Sarah Woods and number 7, Ariana Zumpano.
Zumpano and Woods finally get to check in as Galko sets to take the throw in. Well, she will in fact leave it for Kaylin Ritchie. Katie Crone shadowed at this point by Emily Gardner. For the Bowling Green Falcons, after this game, 3 are left in the regular season. Central Michigan at home. They head to Muncie, Indiana for a game that may determine who hosts the conference tournament, depending on what the team in Kalamazoo does. If Western Michigan has anything to say about it, they will have the conference semis and championship held there. Bowling Green has not won at Buffalo since 2018. A 5-0 win over the Bulls. Buffalo coming off a 2-0 victory last Thursday at Northern Illinois. Here's Bryn Gardner. She's been electric. The cross is through, headed towards the goal. Buffalo with plenty of bodies there, and an offside called nonetheless. Behind the Buffalo defense, Ellie Poole called offside. It's the third time Bowling Green's been called for offside today. Buffalo's been called twice. Free kick for the Bulls. The Bowling Green fans don't like it. There was a call that most Bulls fans disagreed with in the crowd earlier in this half, right at midfield. Off of that kick, just 5 seconds later, a glorious opportunity went for naught. Off the leg of Lizzie Boltnick, as Rebecca Winslow dove from left to right, got both her hands on it, and denied the chance. Winslow has to play it with her legs, neatly settles and plays for Ellie Simmons. 6 minutes remain in the second half of a scoreless draw. Buffalo's last win at home against Bowling Green, March 14th, 2020. Shot from outside, right on goal. Sarah Woods with another shot on goal today, right into the chest, this time of Madison Vukas, after the similar thing happened in the first half when Lily Berg was in between the pipes for Bowling Green. We remain tied at zeros, approaching the final 5 from Amherst, New York. Lazenby shields off Bryn Gardner, who didn't even want to pressure Rebecca Winslow. This is the most the Bulls have looked like last year's team all season since graduating 2 All-Americans, including their standout goaltender, Emily Kelly. This is most definitely the most confident the Bulls have looked defensively in front of Rebecca Winslow all season, despite Winslow having 2 shutout victories to her credit. Four different shooters for the Bulls, 3 of whom have gotten the ball on target. Wengender, Woods, and Katie Crone with 1 shot on goal apiece. Wengender with 2. Ellie Simmons, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, doing what she does best, clearing it ahead to Crone. 4:10 to go in the second half. Wengender for Katie Crone. Big, heavy touch. No one made the run. Looking for Woods to do that on the far side. Nothing doing. Big step for Kaya Schultz. 1 Buffalo possession sent towards the Buffalo goal. Gardner makes a run for the Falcons. Winslow beat her to it. Rebecca Winslow herself has looked the most confident playing the ball that she has all season, and perhaps since she was at Monmouth in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. When you say Monmouth and Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, some new to Division I may say, wait a second, they're in the Coastal Athletic Association. Just a few years ago, in Winslow's last season at Monmouth, Winslow defeated current Western New York soccer team in Niagara University up on Montego Ridge, ended their season in the postseason. Rebecca Winslow was in goal for Monmouth that night. That was her last victory before transferring out a full calendar year later. Here's a feed through. Emma Stransky tries to center. Emily Lazenby denies the pass. Buffalo's defense sets up for a Bowling Green corner. Under 2.5 remain. This the 3rd corner for Bowling Green, equalizing that of Buffalo. Ellie Poole sends it towards the goal, short. Maya Galko got stepped on before clearing it out. She is in pain, reaching for her left foot. She is really in some trouble, standing hip to hip with a Falcon towards the goal, settled down, up and over the net. It's still in play. Boy, it looked like that was missing the net high. Instead, it deflected across. Regardless, Wengender settles and clears for a Falcon throw. Maya Dean had that most recent chance. This one has missed everything, as Katie Cox sent it wide. 1 minute, 15 seconds remain in a 0-0 ball game. Buffalo wants to press. Rebecca Winslow. 50-50 won by Bowling Green. Chip ahead from Bryn Gardner. Simmons is there for the Bulls. Under a minute to go. 3-2-2 Buffalo and 5-1-1 Bowling Green. Played to a draw 0-0 a season ago. Bowling Green having the pressure for the last 10 minutes. Atop the 18, on the ground, Rebecca Winslow, not fooled. 30 seconds left. Winslow, first time she's punted it all game. Katie Cox wins the 50-50. The lunging effort of Maya Dean, not enough for the Falcons. Ari Zumpano, 15 seconds left, can't win the race.
10,
Touched in the neutral zone.
8, 7, 6.
Wengender With 5 seconds left, Zumpano strikes it towards the goal, and this game comes to a close. 0-0, the final.
Final score of today's match.
Buffalo looked like the best team that they have shown all season,
Senior parents at this time.
but the story continues. The Bulls not able to find the back of the goal,
Thank you for coming to
but
today's
that's
match.
not the main story of this one,
Thursday, October 19th.
as the Bulls are able to keep the Bowling Green Falcons off the score sheet. As Bowling Green tried their best all night long. Bryn Gardner was fantastic for the Falcons, offensively, defensively. Katie Cox shut down Katie Crone for the most part. Great chances for Sarah Woods, Kaylin Ritchie. Olivia Bozzoni played her butt off at the midfield position from the jump. Buffalo moved well in the midfield. They created their own opportunities to set up offensively, and at one point in time, Eva Blatz thought she had scored her first collegiate goal in the second half of this match, negated on an offside off a free kick. You to stick around on Senior Day, as we'll take you through the 5 seniors at the University of Buffalo who will be recognized with their families and teammates alike on the field at UB Stadium. We'll take a break before we bring you Senior Day, and once again, thank you for joining us all afternoon long. What a tremendous match this was. Buffalo now moves to 3-2-3 in league play. Bowling Green to 5-1-2. With the Bulls due up on Thursday against Toledo, and the Falcons, well, they head home to take on Central Michigan. Just 3 games left in the regular season. The Bulls receive a round of applause for their effort in today's match, greeting the fans that came to visit them. If I had to pick a player of the game, I'm going with Rebecca Winslow. She was fantastic all day for the Bulls. Made 5 saves, a lot tougher than her counterparts did across the field. Lily Berg and Madison Vukas did their jobs, don't get me wrong. They each made a decent save to keep their team in it. Vukas had the one we thought it would count goal that beat her. But aside from that, Rebecca Winslow made 3 or 4 incredible saves, including on one in tight. As off a free kick that will be questioned by some, Lizzie Boltnick had a turning shot as she slid from right to left with the left leg, got good leg on it. Winslow diving left to right, got her hands on it and forced a corner. That the save of the game. For our entire crew at the University at Buffalo, we do invite you to stick around for Senior Day, but that'll do it for me. Big thanks to our crew, cameraman Eric Carpy, our producer Michael Loss, our digital content producer Tyler Bauer, and our executive producer Matt Walfriend. If you missed halftime, we invite you to go back or check out my Twitter handle at Jack Cruiser. You can see the Around the 18 reposted by the UB Women's Soccer handles as well on all social networks. Had a really good conversation with senior captain Olivia Bozzoni. We invite you to check that out at your earliest convenience. Once again, the final score from Buffalo, 0-0 between the Buffalo Bulls and the Bowling Green Falcons. On behalf of our entire crew at the University at Buffalo, stick around once more for Senior Day here. Well, that'll do it for me. Till next time, friends, on Thursday this week at 6 p.m. against Toledo, the Bulls host the Rockets here at UB Stadium. We'll talk to you then. I bid you adieu.
This time, if the senior parents would please make their way to the
Players tunnel.
tunnel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize 5 seniors who have given us so many memories over the last 4 seasons. They are part of the class that have collected over 40 wins and helped lead the Bulls to a MAC championship last season. These student athletes have made a lasting impression on the program that will be remembered for years to come. Joining the team on the field today will be Senior Associate Athletic Director Deanne Keller. Our first senior defender, Laura Bogner. Laura has been a 4-year member of the Bulls squad and has appeared in 13 matches for the Bulls. When asked about Laura, Coach Burke said, "Every one of Laura's teammates knows she would run through a brick wall for them. Her fight and grit are unmatched." A mathematics major and 2-time academic All-MAC selection, Laura is being escorted today by her parents, Lisa and Chris. Our next senior is goalkeeper Hannah Johnson. The Jamestown, New York native has been with the Bulls for 2 seasons after transferring to Buffalo from Monroe Community College. When asked about Hannah, Coach Burke said Hannah came in with something to prove and showed through her training and habits that she belonged here. She has been instrumental in the growth of our goalkeeping group. A Health and Human Services major, Hannah is joined on the field today by her mom, Stacy, and dog, Brandy. Our third senior is defender midfielder Ashlyn O'Shea. The Lakewood Ranch, Florida native has appeared in 25 games for the Bulls. She made an impact as a freshman, appearing in all 8 games before making a career-best 11 appearances as a sophomore, recording a pair of multi-shot games. When asked about Ashlyn, Coach Burke said Ashlyn's spirit and energy will definitely be missed. Although missing out this year to injury, she has made a major impact in the locker room and is the true definition of a teammate. A psychology major and academic All-MAC selection, Ashlyn is being escorted on the field today by her parents Nick and Leslie Ann. Our fourth senior this afternoon is defender Emily Lazenby. The Richmond Hill, Ontario native has been the anchor of a dominant UB backline over the past 3 seasons, appearing in 63 matches with 62 starts. She has helped the Bulls record 27 clean sheets, including a program-best 14 last season. Off the pitch, she is a 2-time academic All-MAC selection and was named to the College Sports Communicators Academic All-District team as a senior. When asked about Emily, Coach Burke said Emily has become a staple in the backline for this program. Watching her grow these last few years and become the centerpiece this year speaks volumes on her growth and impact in our program. A history major, Emily is being accompanied on the field today by her parents Monica and Keith and brother Ryan. Our final senior is midfielder Leah Wengender. The Rochester, New York native has been a mainstay in the Bulls lineup, bringing speed and versatility to the Bulls' attacking midfield over her stellar 5-year career. Wengender made an immediate impact as she was named to the All-MAC freshman team and continued to impress as a sophomore as she earned All-Midwest Region 3rd team and 2nd All-Team All-MAC honors. She then had a breakout senior season as she was named to the All-Midwest Region 1st team and earned 2nd team All-MAC honors. She currently ranks in the top 10 in program history in assists and is in the top 15 in total points. When asked about Leah, Coach Burke said, "Leah will go down as one of the most decorated midfielders in our program's history. Her creativity and flair are a joy to watch, and you can always count on a good slide tackle or two." All-Scholar, a Scholar All-American, and 3-time academic All-MAC selection, Wengender is joined on the field by her parents, Hank and Lynn. Fans, please give one more round of applause for our seniors.